the Swift sign and more, creating a pixel art animation display with the Adafruit Matrix Portal. Now this is a very easy project, it requires no soldering, and if you like some of the animated images shown here, then this is a fast project you'll have done in no time. And if you're comfortable with tools like Photoshop, you can add your own pixel art as well. All you'll need to do is change one line of Python code. Now the parts that you'll need include an Adafruit Matrix Portal. This is essentially the computer that runs the project. It's a little board designed to snap easily onto most LED displays sold by Adafruit and others. It'll work with any LED display that's Hub 75 compatible. Now this board also runs CircuitPython, and although we won't use the wireless capabilities in this tutorial, the board's also got Wi-Fi.
A quick note, the device that I use in this lesson is the older Matrix Portal M4, but there is a newer version, the Matrix Portal S3, that's less expensive and faster. It'll otherwise work the same way, same ports, same cables. I'd definitely get the S3 instead of the M4.
Now you'll also need an LED display.
The square images that I show are on a 32 by 32 display. Adafruit sells these with 4, 5, and 6 millimeter pitch. Pitch is the space between the lights, so a smaller pitch is good for up-close viewing. Larger pitches tend to work better for displays that'll be viewed further away. The display that I'm showing you is the 5 millimeter pitch. Now Adafruit also has 32 by 64 displays. That's what I'm showing with the Baby Yoda animation. Yes, I know his name's Grogu, don't at me. And you'll find other sizes available too.
And you'll also need a micro USB data cable. Be 100% sure that you're not using a charge-only cable, or you won't be able to load the software onto your Matrix Portal. My display is attached to my magnetic whiteboard. If you want magnets, Adafruit sells those as well. And if you have an Alexa smart plug like this one, you can also set your display to go off from a voice command.
Alexa, get Swifty.
Okay.
First, let's assemble this bad boy. I'm using the 5mm panel, and when you open the box, you see that it comes with this ribbon cable. Now, we don't need this. The ribbon cable would allow you to connect the LED panel to an Arduino shield or a Raspberry Pi hat, but we don't need that because the Matrix Portal plugs directly into the LED panel. Now, we will need this black and red cable. The cable has two identical white 4-connector power plugs. We just need one of them, and we'll leave the other one loose. Now, there's only one socket for this plug in the LED panel, that's this one here, and the plug can only go in one way. Look for the GND marker on the silk screen, that means ground, that's for our black wire, and the black wires should be at the same end where you see GND. Now the red wires are the power wires, they should be at the VCC end, and there's a little plastic tongue piece on the white plug of this cord that goes on the outside of the socket, and it'll snap in nicely so it doesn't come back out. There shouldn't be any need to force this. Now when you take a look at the Matrix Portal board, you'll probably see the two holes that accept the enclosed screws have orange tinted film over them. Just peel this off. Now let's take the black and red terminal connectors at the end of this wire and use the screws that came with the Matrix Portal to attach the black wire to the GND hole and the red wire to the 5-volt hole. Now we're ready to plug our Matrix Portal board into our LED display, and the plug on the display is sort of diagonal from the plug we use to attach the red and white power cable, and into this plug we'll insert this connector on the underside of the Matrix Portal board. It has 2 rows of pinholes. This is the standard connector for Hub 75 displays. You'll notice the Matrix Portal board hangs a little bit over the edge of the LED display, but the board should plug into the display pretty easily and you won't need to force it. Now let's download some of the software that we need for this project. First, let's install the latest version of CircuitPython on our board, and you can find this by visiting circuitpython.org from your browser, then click Downloads, and in the search box, we'll type the name for the board we want.
I'm going to type in Matrix Portal. You'll see a few board options in here. Click the square for your board. Mine is the Matrix Portal M4, but you've likely bought a newer model like the Matrix Portal S3. These files aren't interchangeable, so make sure you select the right one. Then look for the button that says Download UF2 Now. Your number's probably larger than the one that you see on my screen, but that's okay. That just means CircuitPython has been upgraded. So click Download. I'm going to save mine to the desktop, but if your browser doesn't ask you where to save, it's probably saving it to your Downloads folder.
And while this file will install CircuitPython, we also need to install a selection of library files that extend the CircuitPython language to do all the cool stuff that we want to accomplish with our LED display. So we can find the libraries we need by clicking on the Libraries tab at the top of this web page.
Then find and click the bundle button for the CircuitPython version that you just downloaded. Mine is this second button here, so I'll click that. If you're not asked where to save, you're probably saving to your Downloads folder.
Then I'll minimize my browser.
If your browser saved them as zips, double-click to extract them.
This gives me a folder with a very unfriendly name, and we'll work with this folder that we just decompressed in just a bit. I'll leave it on my desktop for now. Now let's power up our board and display and install CircuitPython on it so it'll be ready for our animation code and our bitmap graphics. The Matrix Portal has a USB-C connector. Make sure that you have the right cable, and this should be a data cable, not a charging-only cable. And plug the other end into your computer. And hey, when you do this, it's surprise and delight time. The Matrix Portal runs a built-in program with pixel sand. And if you tilt the board, the accelerometer in the board will detect motion, and the pixels will slide to the lowest end of the board, just as if you were using one of those sand toys. Very cool. but we're about to get rid of this program so that we can display our own animations. If you want to reinstall this at a later date, this is an Arduino program. Here's the first page in a series at adafruit.com that describes how to install the Arduino software, the required libraries, and the Pixel Dust program.
But we're going to ignore that. We're not here for Arduino. We've got our own CircuitPython code.
Now to install CircuitPython on the Matrix board, first make sure that it's plugged into your computer, and then double-click this reset button here in the upper left-hand corner of the board. And when you do that, this light on the board will turn green. If it turns red, try double-clicking again. If it's still red, check your USB cable to make sure that it's a data cable. Try another USB port, but this should work. And when you do that, take a look at your desktop and look at that. You should see a new volume named Matrix Boot right on the desktop. It's just as if you plugged a USB thumb drive into your computer, only the Matrix Boot is our Matrix Portal board.
Your board might have a slightly different name. For example, if you have the Matrix Portal S3 board, it might say Matrix S3 Boot. But at this point, you want to make sure that it doesn't say CircuitPy in all caps. If it does, you want to double click again. You don't want it to say CircuitPy for this next step. And if you run into any problems, just search online for the Adafruit Learn Guide for your board for troubleshooting tips.
Then I'm going to drag and drop this first file that we downloaded. That's the one named Adafruit-CircuitPython, and it ends in .uf2. And when you drag it into Matrix Boot, the file will copy over, then Matrix Boot will dismount from your computer. But then if you wait a bit, you'll see another volume is mounted, and this time it's called CircuitPy. Now this is also our Matrix Portal board, but now it's recognized as being set up to run CircuitPython. Congratulations. Now let's get the project files we need. Now this will include the code.py Python program that runs the animation, as well as the BMP files that contain the images that we want to show on our display. Now we can find all of these files by returning to the browser and visiting the web address github.com/Gallaugher. That's my last name, but it's a weird spelling of Gallaugher. It's got a U in it, like Gallaugher, then slash, then Swift, the dash character, and sign, all lowercase. Now the README below has links to the parts that I purchased for this project, and here are all the files that we'll download. So let's click on the green code button here to get all the files in one zip file. So we'll click download zip right here. I'll save this to my desktop, minimize my browser.
Double click to unzip the zip if you need to, but my browser does that automatically.
Now we're going to take a look at the code.py file.
And why don't you double click the Swift Sign main folder that you just downloaded and drag the code.py file into your CircuitPy volume. And in fact, we could have dragged everything from this folder except for the README. We'll get the rest of the files later. And if asked, replace right over any code.py file that's already on there. Now, code.py is the program that's going to run on our board, and it's going to control the LED display.
And I'll show you how we can easily modify this program.
Now, if you're new to CircuitPython, code.py files run automatically anytime your board is powered up, reset, or a file is changed, copied, or deleted on the board. So you can open code.py in any text editor, but if you're going to code, it's much better to do this with a tool that's designed for Python programming. If you're new to all this and you just want to get started, you can use a free editor at code.circuitpython.org. Just know that this doesn't work with Safari. I know it does work with Chrome. Now, if you do use this with your board plugged in, click USB, click Connect to Device, look for the selection that says USB modem as part of the name, click that and select Connect. In about 5 seconds, you'll be asked to use CircuitPython, click that button, then click the Open button, navigate to your code.py file, and open that. Now, because I teach my course using the free PyCharm CE software, which is a much better Python editor, I'm going to show code in that. And if you want to find out more about how to download, configure, and set up PyCharm CE, you can check out the CircuitPython School playlist that has all the lessons from my university course. So if you've watched the other lessons, you're probably familiar with this. I'm going to go into my CircuitPy volume in PyCharm and double-click on code.py.
Now this code was adapted from a project by the wonderful and skilled engineer Liz Clark, also known as Blitz City DIY. And there are links to the original project in the comments in this code. I've modified the project a bit to be more generic, and I've also included some additional comments to help beginners understand what's going on in the code, but you don't really need to understand the code to get things to happen or even to customize this program. But first we'll need to add some special CircuitPython library files to our Matrix portal. And these library folders and files will contain extensions to the CircuitPython language, so we can use CircuitPython to work with the Matrix portal and our LED display and get it to flash our bitmap animations. Now I've listed the folders and files that we need in the comments at the top of the program.
Now, students of our course have installed a program called CircUp, and we'll use this to install files automatically in just a second. But if you haven't done that and you're new to this, let me show you what you need to do. You need to drag over all the files and folders with these names into the lib folder on your board. That's your CircuitPy volume. So I'll show you how you can start that. I'm going to open the Finder. You can open the Windows desktop if you're on Windows. Find and open your CircuitPy volume. That's your board, your Matrix portal. And then open the lib folder on CircuitPy. It's probably empty. Then set this window to the side and open a new window. Go to your desktop or wherever you downloaded your library bundle folder. Mine is on my desktop. This is the folder that starts with Adafruit-CircuitPython-bundle. So when this is open, also open the lib folder in here, and this has all of the libraries that extend the CircuitPython language to work with hundreds of different kinds of add-on hardware and all sorts of other things. Now there's so much here that it can't fit on your board, so we're just going to get what you need. Now the list of files and folders I have in my code are the files and folders that my CircUp program installed, but I actually think that CircUp gave us too many libraries. I think there are some things in here that we might not need, but they'll just take up a small amount of space on your board. No big deal. I recommend you get everything that's shown here. So here's the process to use. See how the first item mentioned in my code is Adafruit_bitmap_font? Well, we want to find that in the bundles lib folder, then drag it into the empty folder on CircuitPy, and we want to repeat that for every file and folder that's mentioned in these comments. Now, once you've done that, you've extended the CircuitPython language so it can do all the stuff we needed to do to work with the matrix portal and our LED matrix. But for my students, we have the power of CircUp and PyCharm, so we don't need to hunt down the files and drag them over. We can simply open up the terminal in PyCharm, and at the percentage prompt, type in circup space install space -a, press return, and if I pull up the Finder so that you can see my lib folder and my CircuitPy volume, look at that. All of these libraries, the files, and the folders are being installed automatically. Again, if you're new and you think you're going to be doing more with CircuitPython, dive into my course. It's free. There's over 100 videos online. It's super fun. It's designed for newbies, and you'll really level up your electronics programming game. So now I'll speed up the video and head back to the Finder, and now I have a window up here with my CircuitPy volume. I'm going to throw away this one file that I have on my board that you don't have, and now we're going to take the rest of the files that we downloaded from our GitHub project, and we're going to put these on our board, and then our project will start working. So let's open up that folder, swift-sign-main that we downloaded from GitHub.
And then select all the files that you have in here except for the README file. So on the Mac, I'll do that with a Command A, that'll select all, but then I'll hold down the Command key and I'll click on the README file to deselect that. And then I'll click on all the files that I've just selected, and I'm going to drag them into my CircuitPy volume. Now I'll speed up the video where we copy this over.
If you're asked to replace anything, just click Replace.
But you may start to see the LED matrix animating right away. But let me show you how we can select different files to animate
by modifying our code.py file. So now if we scroll down in our code,
we'll see this line that says bitmap_name equals, and then in quotes it says full-animation.
I'm showing it here on line 65.
There's a chance that it's in a different line if I've modified the code since I originally recorded this video, but it should be in roughly the same location. Now this phrase full-animation is the name of the animation that you might be seeing right now on your LED screen. Now just above this in comments, and comments in Python start with the number sign or the hashtag mark,
you'll see the names of the different bitmap files that I've included with this project.
So full animation shows the Swift logo, the Adafruit logo, the Raspberry Pi logo, the Arduino logo, and a pulsing Excel icon. Now those are all topics of videos you can find on my YouTube channel, but you'll see there are other file names here. Swift is just the Swift logo. Party Parrot's Matrix is the animation from Liz Clark's awesome and fun Party Parrot project. Ghost animation is an animation of a ghost that I found and modified online, so he's winking as he bounds along.
But you've probably seen this for a while already. As you look at your LED matrix, you should see it animating with the full animation.
And if that's the case, congratulations! You've got animation. Now let's try out some of these other animations. So I love Liz's Party Parrot, so I'm going to select the string Party Parrot Matrix. I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to paste it over the word full animation in between the double quotes. Make sure the double quotes are still there. That's in line 61 in my code.
Then I'll save. In PyCharm, it's just Command-S or Control-S for Windows.
It executes the updated code.py file, and look at that. You've got a groovin' bird ready to impress your friends. Now let's get ghostly. I'll copy this text that says ghost animation. I'll paste it over Party Parrot's Matrix. I'll save again, and this little guy is friendlier than Casper. Look at him go. Now maybe you're an iOS developer and you just want the Swift, so you can highlight the word Swift and paste that in between the quotes, save again, and you're Swiftin'. Now what if you want to change the speed of animation? Well, I've got a constant up here that you can modify at the top of your code.
You'll find it around line 42.
0.1 means there's only 1/10 of a second in between animation frames. Want to slow this down to 2/10 of a second? Change 0.1 to 0.2.
Save, your code restarts.
And you can see that the animation slows down by half. Now, this is not meant to be a Photoshop tutorial, but I wanted to show you how I created the animation files. So I did use Photoshop, but if you browse around, you might find some other free products that you can use. I'm going to open up one of the files from my project in Photoshop. That's this file called raspberry-adafruit-animated. And if I zoom in on this image, you can see that it's 32 pixels high. Now, even though it's long, every 32 pixels is the width of a different frame in the image that you see on the LED display, but it's saved as one long image file. Now, when saving, two really important things to be aware of. One, if you're using Photoshop, be sure that you go up under the Image menu and select Mode, Indexed Color. Otherwise, the file you save just won't work. Also, you'll need to save the file as an 8-bit BMP file. So to do that, go up under the File menu and select Save As. Make sure that you select BMP as the format. You also want to make sure that you have the .bmp extension, that's with lowercase letters, and make sure you know where you're saving this. And when you click on Save, you'll see BMP options. Make sure that you select Windows and 8-bit. Anything higher than 8-bit won't show properly. Now, once you've saved this to your computer, you can drag this over into the root level of your CircuitPy volume, which is your matrix portal. Just remember that if you created a new file with a new name, you want to return to your code.py file and you want to rename the line of code that has the bitmap_name. So just put the new name of your file in between the double quotes, just like we showed you previously. Then you want to make sure that you resave code.py to your CircuitPy volume, and you should see your new image. Now, that's all I've got on BMP creation, but Adafruit has a great guide that you can consult online, and if you browse around, I'm sure you'll find lots of fun BMP animations, maybe some other YouTube tutorials so that you can really make this project your own. And that's all I've got for you on how to create an LED display using the Adafruit Matrix Portal. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please tell others about the channel,
And if you build something, post a photo or video to Blue Sky so I can brag about your work.
have a great day, and make something awesome.